Good evening.
Good evening.
I was in a meeting today, and those of you that are in the secular world or have been, you will remember probably dealing with people that were quick to point out the shortcomings of others, and everyone else in the room knew that they were guilty of many more shortcomings. And some people, especially in a business meeting or a process where you're trying to resolve problems, troubleshoot some things, some people are so quick to point out imperfections in others, and it affects the chemistry of the group, and it actually affects the performance of the group. And I know this particular meeting afterward, and there's multiple departments in there represented, and after this meeting, the department manager came to me and he made a comment, and he said, "I just want to commend you because your department, your people, they're always focused on what they can do to be better, and when other people tend to focus on what other people need to do to be better." And I thought about that later, and it hit me that I think that that's what Christ has called us to be. And it made me think of this verse in Matthew chapter 7, and we're familiar with it, and we understand the context. But I'll begin in Matthew chapter 7, verse 1. It says, "Do not judge, for you too will be judged. In the same way you judge others, you will be judged. For the measure you use will be used to you." Then verse 3, and this is what came to mind. "Why do you look at the speck of sawdust in your brother's eye and pay no attention to the plank in your own eye? How can you say to your brother, 'Let me take the speck out of your eye,' when all the time there is a plank in your own eye? You hypocrite, first take the plank out of your own eye, and then you will see clearly to remove the speck from your brother's eye." And again, going back to the analogy of the meeting and the situation there, when we are focused on our own performance, when we're focused on what we do in our daily life and trying to be the best that we can be in that, then it allows the group to perform better, the organization or whatever. And as Christians, if we focus, there's time after time we see scriptures that talk about what we do to better ourselves and how we can be more pleasing to God. And there's a lot fewer verses that talk about us pointing out others. And it just really struck me that, as we apply that same thing, that same principle in our Christian walk, not only are we more pleasing to God, but we also can make a noticeable difference to the people around us. And perhaps that is one way that we can truly be a light in the world around us.